Welcome to Popcorn Sports on the Popcorn Entertainment Network. I'm your host, Mike Kyle. The NFL playoff picture is officially set for 2018. The NFL is known for having a lot of parity throughout its league playoff, and this year is no exception, with 8 new teams making it in this year's playoffs that didn't make it in last year's. Also, this is the first time in the Super Bowl era where the Cowboys, Redskins, Giants, Packers, or 49ers did not make the playoffs. Now let's take a look at the AFC playoff picture. The number 1 seed belongs to the New England Patriots, who finished their season 13-3.
Despite losing star wide receiver Julian Edelman in the preseason, other players constantly battling injuries, and their defense being Swiss cheese in the early part of the season, and also starting off the year 2-2, they rallied together, pulling out 11 wins in their next 12 contests.
The first AFC wildcard game features the Kansas City Chiefs at home, hosting the Tennessee Titans.
The Kansas City Chiefs surged early on in the season, starting off a hot 5-0, led by standout rookie running back Kareem Hunt and the transformed Alex Smith at quarterback. Heading into the Week 10 bye, Kansas City was atop the standings at 6-3, beginning to struggle after their hot start. Coming out of their bye, they then lost 3 straight to the Giants, Bills, and Jets.
However, Kansas City righted their ship, winning out their last 4 games, finishing 10-6, also AFC West champions, and becoming the number 4 seed in the AFC playoffs. In Week 17, the Tennessee Titans needed to defeat the Jacksonville Jaguars in order to reach the postseason.
While they almost blew their 2-score advantage in the fourth quarter, they managed to secure a win and reach the playoffs for the first time since 2008. The Titans had a roller coaster year. Many people expected them to be better. Specifically, people expected their quarterback, Marcus Mariota, to make the leap into a great quarterback. But instead, Mariota regressed, being number 2 in the league in interceptions with 15 and throwing just 13 touchdowns. Because of this, their offense crumbled as a result.
The Pittsburgh Steelers locked up the number 2 seed in a first-round bye in the AFC with one of the most high-powered offenses in the league.
With Big Ben calling the shots, star running back Le'Veon Bell behind him, and the best wide receiver in the league, Antonio Brown, to the side, it's hard not to have a great offense. Rookie wide receiver Juju Smith-Schuster has been a breakout player for them this season. Unfortunately, it's not all positives here. Brown tore part of his calf muscle Week 16 in a loss against the Patriots and missed last week's game. The team said he'll be ready for the playoffs. Luckily for them, they too have a first-round bye to add an extra week of cushion for Brown to return.
The second wildcard game is a matchup between 2 playoff droughts featuring the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars in Jacksonville. The Bills needed some Week 17 magic in order to reach the postseason, and the stars aligned.
They themselves got the win in Miami, and the Baltimore Ravens lost to the Cincinnati Bengals threw Buffalo over the hump. I really hope Bills fans are sending Andy Dalton assorted fruit baskets. The Bills haven't reached the playoffs since 1999, the longest drought across all 4 major professional sports leagues. Congrats to the Seattle Mariners, who now hold that honor. The Bills are led by dual-threat quarterback Tyrod Taylor, the Mina Kimes cursed Tyrod Taylor that is, and shifty running back LaShawn McCoy in the backfield. Hosting the Bills on Sunday is the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are in the playoffs for the first time in a decade. The Jaguars are atop the NFL's defenses in damn near every statistical category. With over 50 sacks this season, the highest turnover margin, and defensive touchdowns, they are a force to be reckoned with defensively. They are complemented by a good enough offense led by rookie power back Leonard Fournette.
Head coach of the Jags, Doug Marrone, has magically turned Blake Bortles into a competent game manager, and that's something I never thought I'd ever say. Shifting over to the NFC, the Philadelphia Eagles have the number 1 seed, but not without cost.
Breakout MVP candidate quarterback Carson Wentz tore his ACL Week 14 in a win over the Rams. The team had Super Bowl aspirations before the injury that have now been tempered with Nick Foles leading the way, but they still have a very talented roster with Alshon Jeffrey, Nelson Aguilar, Zach Ertz, and the addition of Jay Ajayi at the running back late in the season.
The number 2 seed in the NFC belongs to the Minnesota Vikings, who has had a crazy year.
Going into the season for Minnesota, Sam Bradford was their quarterback. However, Week 1 he partially tore his ACL. He tried to give it a go a few weeks later and was unsuccessful. Thus, Case Keenum had to step in. Let's just say playing for the awful Rams didn't help Keenum's reputation, but Keenum stepped in and handled it like a champ, leading the team to a 13-3 record, even after losing rookie running back Dalvin Cook Week 4 to a torn ACL. The Vikings also have a smothering defense which cannot go unnoticed.
In the first NFC wildcard game, the New Orleans Saints, who were the number 4 seed and also the NFC South champions, will be taking on division rival, the number 5 seed Carolina Panthers at home.
The Saints have always had a high-powered offense, but the addition of rookie running back Alvin Kamara gave them another weapon to take it to the next level. Plus, for the first time in a while, maybe the first time ever, Drew Brees finally has a defense.
The Panthers come in at the 5 seed, missing out on their division title by virtue of a tiebreaker to the Saints.
Their defense isn't what it was in years past, but it's still suitable. The addition of rookie running back Christian McCaffrey has been a blessing, opening up holes in opposing defenses and being a mini explosive bottle rocket, doing so in both the passing and rushing game. They're getting it done without a big name receiver either. They traded Kelvin Benjamin, and Greg Olsen was out most of the year with a broken foot. Devin Funchess has taken over at the number 1 receiver position, catching 8 touchdowns for the Panthers.
The second wildcard game features the Los Angeles Rams and the Atlanta Falcons. The Rams came onto the scene this year like a firecracker.
First-year head coach and youngest NFL head coach Sean McVay restored second-year quarterback Jared Goff's confidence and created a racehorse offense led by dominant running back Todd Gurley, who won many people fantasy championships this season. The Rams were top 10 in terms of points per game, yards per game, passing yards per game, and rushing yards per game. They led the league in points per game, just scoring a shade under 30 a game.
The Atlanta Falcons come into this postseason as the number 6 seed, and they are looking for something to prove after the well-documented Super Bowl collapse last year.
The Falcons are the third NFC South team to reach this year's playoffs. Matt Ryan had another good year, eclipsing the 4,000 passing yard mark and 20 touchdowns. However, stud wide receiver Julio Jones wasn't as big of a factor this year. Jones had over 1,400 yards, sure, but he only saw the end zone 3 times. That will have to change if the Falcons want to have a chance at making another deep playoff run.
And there you have it. That is the NFL playoff picture for 2018. Let us know your Super Bowl predictions down below in the comments, and who do you think is going to win the Super Bowl as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and share this video with a friend. Also, be sure to hit that subscribe button right there. Really help us out. And also be sure to follow us on Twitter at PopcornENTNet. And check out our website, popcornent.com, for all the latest news across your favorite areas of interest. For Popcorn Sports, I'm Mike Kyle. I'm out. Peace.